What's it like living in Winnipeg in your 20s? So I actually moved out here a couple years ago, 2019. I was 18 when I moved here, and I'm currently 23 years old. I'm about to turn 24 next year. And I've lived here for almost 6 years now. I can't lie, it's a different type of city than obviously Toronto or Vancouver, but I would say I've grown to love it for what it is. I feel like it's a city that's growing so fast, and what better place to be than a place that has potential. The one thing that I've noticed living here actually is that the city is kind of small. Actually, it is a small city, and everyone sort of knows everyone, especially when you're in your 20s and you're like outgoing. Like everyone knows everyone, so you know somebody and they happen to know someone that you already know. It's cool, and it's also not cool, you know what I'm saying? I would say more specifically in your 20s, there's obviously a lot of other 20-year-olds out here, and it's easy to meet people if you put yourself out there. I know sometimes some people tend to like stay to themselves, but like if you put yourself out there, you can easily meet people and make new friends. The one thing I do like about the city is if you're in your 20s and you're trying to save and build something, this is a good place to live because rent isn't as expensive as, for example, Toronto or Vancouver, but you still I feel like you get a decent quality of life in the city and you don't spend as much. So far, the minimum wage here has increased drastically. I'm gonna put the minimum wage up here. The city is growing, and especially if you're someone in your 20s, you're looking to save up some money and not spend a whole rack of money on rent per month. It's a good city to live in and do that for yourself. Do you do any other jobs, or are you just a content creator? Okay, funny story. I feel like I just realized the other day that some people think this is kind of all I do, but even though I would like to get to a point where I get to do content full time, but I feel like I'm not there yet, and I need to put in more work to be more consistent to get to that point. But currently, I'm a full-time barber. That's what I do. I cut hair for a living. That obviously funds all the videos that I do, and yeah, that's kind of what I do full time. Recently, I've also done a couple video shoots for people. Obviously, I have all this camera gear. I put it to work here and there, so I've done a couple wedding videos for some people. That's like a little bit of a side income that comes in. But if I'm being honest, YouTube has not paid me at all for quite a bit, and we've invested a lot in it. But I know I'm gonna get to that point one day. You know, it's one of those things that is gonna come, but that's not my goal, you know. Yeah. The top question that I got is, how much do you pay for rent? Alright, so I live downtown Winnipeg, and I actually moved here like about 2 years ago, and I'm currently living in my second apartment downtown. My place, my one-bedroom suite costs $1,900. Keep in mind, it's a newer building. We have quite the amenities, and I honestly think I get a bang for my buck. You know what I'm saying? But I think the average price right now in Winnipeg in general for a one-bedroom is about $1,400 for a decent one-bedroom. And obviously, you can find stuff on the lower end depending on what you want and what you can afford. I think Winnipeg is still on the lower end of cost of living in general, especially like comparing to Toronto or Vancouver. With the whole housing crisis in Canada in general, you can't compare what we're paying here to other places. A couple years ago, like when I first moved here, like if you told me, well, back then, like I don't think a one bedroom was anywhere close to like $1,700, like 2019. But obviously, cost of living has been like on the rise. Everything has kind of been on the rise too. So right now, prices in general have been going up. It's kind of crazy, but I think it's just gonna keep going up. If there's one thing you can do is to get your bread up. Get your bread up so you can be able to afford a nice place. That's it. How do you manage your time? I can't lie, time management is something I've been working on, but the way that I do it right now, especially because I have a full-time job and I'm still trying to toggle that with making videos and obviously still doing video shoots on the side, but the way that I manage my time right now is to set daily tasks for myself. So every single day, and I mean every single day, literally every single day, I have a to-do list and I go by that list. So that helps me stay in check to make sure I'm being productive and I'm doing stuff that I want to do. It's like small steps, and then over time it compounds into like, oh, I finally finished this big task. I set a to-do list for myself every day, and I go by that on a day-to-day basis to help me kind of manage my time properly. I tried time blocking at some point. I don't know, it doesn't really work for me because it's just hard to be specific with like the time that I want to spend doing something. I just finish a task and then I go into the next one. But that's what I do. Maybe that will help you too. What is your content thought process like? Okay, so I'll tell you. First of all, I have a list of content ideas that I want to do, and usually what I do to execute a video, it depends on the type of video I'm doing, but mostly sometimes I'll write out an outline of how I want the video to go. Not necessarily a script, just an outline of how I want it to go. Even if it's a vlog, like I would kind of outline, okay, this is kind of what I'm going to do during the video and plan it so I'm not all over the place during the video. But that's kind of the pre-process of filming. And then usually when I film, I try to have points like this where I'm talking to the camera, and also B-roll. For example, a vlog, I'll obviously talk to the camera, that's A-roll, and then while I'm filming, I try to take B-roll, so just of like stuff going on. It helps the viewer stay engaged with the content and overall looks better. But to be more specific, my content process has kind of been more like, whenever I have an idea now, I'm trying to plan less and just do more. So for example, I had this video idea like yesterday, and I'm filming it right now because I'm trying to be more consistent and just plan less and put out more content. Obviously stuff that's quality as opposed to just trying to put out stuff just to put out stuff. But yeah, my thought process pretty much right now is I think of a video, I plan it out, do a little outline for it, script or whatever, and pretty much just put it together and go film. Then the main creative process comes in during the edit, and that is the part that a lot of people find very tough, and I feel like it's my favorite part, if I'm being honest. Do you like cheese? What the fuck? Yo, that's crazy. I just said this when we come out here. Let's go. We're out here filming, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's crazy.
What are we saying?
Yo, that's the homie Michelle.
I took my hair off, by the way. Huh?
Yo,
you didn't even get to see it.
I didn't get to see, bro.
It was kind of boring after, you know?
It looks fresh though.
Yeah, it was actually good.
It looks fresh.
But I'm like, yo, let me get back to being regular, you know?
This is the homie Michelle, you know what I'm saying?
This is the homie Michelle.
Freshest kid in Winnipeg, right here.
Understand?
Yeah, you know? Bro, that's
after
crazy.
Cheesy, after cheesy.
Yo,
my boy.
Are you coming from?
I'm rushing somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just filming. You know what I'm saying? Some light. This is ASOS. Always. This is ASOS, bro.
Now you're doing the most donations.
Yo, I'll catch you later, bro. Somebody asked me, do you like cheese? Bro, cheese? I don't hate cheese, but I think I wouldn't go for cheese like if I don't have to. Like, why get the extra fat? You know what I'm saying? But I don't hate it. If I have to order pizza, I'll just go with the regular cheese. If I'm ordering something that has no cheese option, I'll just pick no cheese. But I guess that's the interesting information that you now know. Do you think New York is a good place to settle down? I don't know about settling down, but if you know me, you know I love New York City. I've talked about living in New York City a couple times in my videos. It's somewhere that I would want to live, experience living, even though it's at least for a year or 6 months. I would love to live in New York one day, and it's something that I'm kind of working towards doing at some point in my life. To settle down in New York, I don't know. I think it's somewhere that you would want to live to almost like push yourself to get out of your comfort zone, to experience certain things. New York City is somewhere I would like to live, to just experience the hustle and the grind, you know what I'm saying? Being somewhere where you're just naturally not going to be comfortable, but say push yourself out to go and do stuff. I think it's a good place to challenge yourself to live, to see how far you can grow. And then you could also settle down there too, why not, right? For me, I would like to experience living there. Who knows, maybe I might like it, maybe I might not like it. But if you're considering moving to New York City, take me with you, please. Take me with you. So somebody asked, how's your babe? What babe? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm gonna just skip that question for now, you know what I'm saying? What's the best part about being a barber? Honestly, I feel like barbering has given me so much like life skills in general. I work with a lot of people, so I have a lot of clientele, and the one thing that I have to do in barbering is talk to people. So I feel like learning how to talk to people and how to have a conversation with people, that's like the top skill that I've learned from barbering. Having to build relationships with my clients, seeing them as just more than just clients. Most of my clients have become my friends, if that makes sense. I don't know how loud the background noise is, but there's a lot of cars right now. I don't know if this is going to be noisy. I can't tell because I can't hear the audio. The other thing that I feel like barbering has done for me is some sort of freedom. right? I get to control my schedule. I get to control when I want people to book. Typically, I work 4 days a week. Those 4 days, I'm usually busy, but I still get to control that, right? I have the option to work 5 times a week if I wanted to. I feel like it's giving me some sense of freedom as opposed to a regular corporate job where I have to show up to work like 9 to 5 type shit. For example, I can take a trip. I just have to block my schedule and let my clients know, and I just travel, right? Other than just working with my coworkers, I love everyone. It's a fun job. I like it. You want to know what the best part is? Being able to use my skills to make people feel like the best version of themselves. You don't need someone's looking raggedy and they come to you with like very low confidence, and I'm able to use my skills to help someone look confident and feel like their best selves. Man, after a haircut, someone's feeling fly, like they can go like conquer the world type shit. That is the best part. Being able to do that for people, yeah, I like it. I can't lie, as much as I'm dreading winter, I generally think fall is like my favorite season of the year, especially just because it just turned out to be really colorful. It's great. One thing I do want to say is, if I'm being honest, I do not see myself barbering for the next 5 years. I love it, don't get me wrong, I love what I do, and I love that it's giving me the opportunity and the freedom to be able to do this still. And my goal is to take this to the next level, and I'm actively working towards that. Deep talk. Alright, I just want to end this by saying I love barbering. I'm trying to obviously push my content more so I can do that more. Not to block any blessings, but I feel like for some reason I don't see myself doing it for the next 5 years. But I appreciate where I am right now, and I acknowledge every growth that I've had so far. But I have a goal in mind that I'm trying to get to, and hopefully we can get there with my content. That's it for the video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.